battlers, and today we're doing some more Nightfall Cup battles up against ThoTechtical and Dr. Trot later on in the video. I'm going to link to both of their Twitch channels in the description below, but I am experimenting a little bit and have our teams on the side. This graphic mostly just stolen straight off of ThoTechtical's stream because I did do battles on stream there, but let's get into it. So we had a really bad lead with Swampert up against Venusaur, so he swapped into a Abomasnow, and Tho was a little bit slow on the switch, and they only swapped into the Alolan Muck as we were throwing the Weather Ball, and because of that much of an energy advantage, Abomasnow is actually going to flip this matchup from what would be a loss in the one shield to a win in the one shield. Tho has just let every charge move go through, so we're going to be able to burn this shield on the Sludge Wave, and then we should be able to Powder Snow down before Muck gets a charge move off. We are getting a little bit of lag here, and we did shield though, and then looks like we were a bit slow, and we did take out the Alolan Muck. It should have got at least one more snarl or two more snarls in. But I'm not sure if we would have got a charge move off, but we let him get like a half confusion off before we started tapping again, just to try and even the scales a little bit. But now just going for the Weather Ball, burning the first shield off of Gallade. Gallade is going to be able to tank one Weather Ball pretty easily, so I imagine Tho's not going to shield here, and then should be able to confusion us down and have a whole lot of energy to go on to the next Pokemon. But last second clutch, we get this Weather Ball off. Holy dooly, that's a lot of energy that this Abomasnow has racked up, and burning that last shield off of Tho's side, wanting to keep this Gallade and all of its energy around. We're going to actually bring in the Swampert here and let Gallade use its energy, just because we know that Swampert is already weak to the Venusaur in the back. There's no reason kind of keeping it around, so let it go, keep the shield for the Frostlass, and we're actually going to let this charge move come through, because we're a little bit more scared of a Freezy Plant from Venusaur. So yeah, let it come through, and here's the Venusaur, going to go for the Avalanche now. Burn the shield in this Frenzy Plant. We just have to go for the Avalanche and then hope that Gallade doesn't have too much energy to be able to take it out. But we over farm. Oh no, Steve, what are you doing? He had to throw the Avalanche straight away, but instead we over tapped and let Venusaur get to that Frenzy Plant and take us out. I think I must have thought that we had a bit more time, would have been able to get more energy, but unfortunately, yeah, just didn't work out. We got close, but another terrible lead with Frostlass versus Galarian Stunfisk. So we swap into G-Fisk for the mirror match, and in comes a Medicham. So this obviously isn't a great spot for Galarian Stunfisk. And actually, if you haven't seen my video from yesterday about whether Medicham is OP in the Nightfall Cup up to level 50, whether like, you know, Sylph needs to ban it or not, you can click up there to watch that, or it'll always be linked at the end of the video, so you can, you know, stick around and watch it then. But now going for the Earthquake on this Medicham just before we go down. Like if they shield, we're out, but they do shield, do let it go through, so Medicham goes down, and we're going to be able to take back the switch advantage here, at the cost of them getting a bit of an energy advantage, and they do have a lot of energy on that Galarian Stunfisk. So we aren't going to bring in Frostlass, because Frostlass would just, you know, fall apart to the Rock Slides. So we bring in Gallade, because we know that Gallade can tank a Rock Slide. They do actually go straight for the Earthquake, so definitely, I mean, a nice thing to have shielded. Now we're kind of thinking, what's our play here? We charge up a little bit past the close combat and then throw the Leaf Blade. Not expecting a shield to come up, and it doesn't, because we maybe should have gone charged up for the back-to-back close combat, but I think I was trying to put a bit more pressure on before I had to burn these shields. But we do end up shielding the Earthquake successfully. Gonna go for another Leaf Blade now, and this will take out the Galarian Stunfisk if it goes through, so we'll just have to wait and see if that is the case. Yeah, burns the shield off of Tho's side. He still has a one shield advantage, and they bring in Gallade, so we're like, okay, we need to swap into Frostlass straight away. We should be able to tank whatever this charge move is, and then we just want to get to the Avalanche to, I guess, burn that last shield off of the Gallade. We over farm there a little bit, and then throw the Avalanche finally, kind of putting that pressure on for the Shadow Ball. We should have gone for it, but figured he was going to shield anyway. So bringing in the Gallade now and throwing the Leaf Blade straight away. I think this might take out the Gallade at this range. It definitely takes us out. And then into the Galarian Stunfisk in the back. Unfortunately, G-Fisk just has too much energy. Actually, if this is a Rock Slide, then okay, it's an Earthquake, yeah. Down we go, GG's. We would have needed more energy on our Gallade, but we didn't really have time to get it. But we finally win a lead up against Tho with Swampert versus Alolan Muck, and they swap into Gallade straight away. Now, I was really slow on that swap, and Gallade like basically got 2 confusion advantage. So Frostlass is going to lose this 2 shield matchup. I think it might still win the 1 shield, maybe. But yeah, 2 shield, if Tho decides to burn both shields, they are going to win this one out. And because we were really slow in throwing any energy, we were like kind of holding on to it for a little bit too long. It let Tho get 2 charge moves off before we even threw 1, kind of forcing us to burn both of our shields so that the first one wasn't just wasted in vain, and also like all of the energy that we'd built up. So really not a great situation to be in, really like a terrible situation to be in. And now Glade taking us out, has the energy ready to go, and neither Swampert nor Abomasnow really wants to see this Glade. So this is probably a pretty poor team composition that I brought in based on our teams here on the right. But yeah, well, Leaf Blade, goodbye Swampert, and then we were hoping that Abomasnow could maybe farm up the energy, and then farm up on energy on Glade, and then throw a whole lot of energy onto whatever was in the back. But Alolan Muck are really not what we wanted to see. Sledge Wave gonna wreck us, and that is GG's to ThoTechtical. So again, link to his Twitch channel in the description below. But now we are going to go into some battles up against SosaFlo of Team Rocket Academy. So again, I'll link to their YouTube channel in the description below. Now I've got Glade vs Frostlass here. This is a pretty decent-ish spot for Glade. A little bit of lag. I'm kind of expecting Frostlass to swap out at some point, just because the confusions are so oppressive. So going for the first Leaf Blade straight away, really trying to put that pressure onto SosaFlo to shield. Does burn the first shield, and we were trying to swap into Alolan Muck to catch the charge move, but yeah, it wasn't going through. So burn the shield on the Avalanche. Not that we could have like kind of decided to take it and then swap later on, but they swap into Galarian Stunfisk, and we have Venusaur and Alolan Muck in the back, so we're kind of thinking, well, maybe Glade's our best shot here. So we let the Rock Slide come through, not burning any shields, and throwing the close combat here, really putting that pressure onto SosaFlo. Like, is he going to burn both shields? Does burn both shields, so we now have a 1 shield advantage. So we bring in the Venusaur. We're going to be able to get this Frenzy Plant off before Galarian Stunfisk is able to get something off. So we're going to this will do a fair chunk of damage. Definitely not going to take out Galarian Stunfisk by any means. But no matter what charge move this is from Stunfisk, it shouldn't take us out. So we let it come through. It is just a Rock Slide, and we're kind of hoping that we can get to a Frenzy Plant before it's going to take us out. Unfortunately, we are a bit low, so we're like, oh, is it worth shielding? We decided to just let it come through, let Venusaur go down, and bring in Glade to farm, but actually swaps into Frostlass, so now has the energy advantage up on Frostlass, but we do obviously still have a shield to SosaFlo 0, so we're actually going to let this first one come through. I think we were a little bit more worried about charge moves that might be in the back, like from the Stunfisk, for example, and we knew that we could tank the first charge move from the Frostlass, so we're like, okay, let it come through, go for the Dark Pulse to take out Frostlass. Here comes the Stunfisk, and we're kind of like just praying that we can like snarl down, burn the shield, snarl down, and throw a whole lot of energy onto whatever's in the back, hoping that it's like, you know, Muck can do a whole lot of work there. So we are able to snarl down, and in the back, it is Swampert, so unfortunately, we're just not going to have the charge moves to be able to get rid of this Swampert. Just unlucky there. I guess Frostlass would be the only thing that would be like, you know, absolutely brilliant to see. But yeah, didn't play out. So now we're going with Gliscor up against the Galarian Stunfisk. I think I'm using Tho's team up against SosaFlo in these battles. So I powered up my Gliscor for that last video with the unique picks, which also linked up there. But yeah, but we only have 1 charge move, so we swap into our Galarian Stunfisk trying to catch a Rock Slide here, and we end up shielding at the last second, which really unfortunate on my part. Like, we caught the charge move, we got it pretty good there. Why did we shield? Well, that was a very silly decision, so yeah, kind of just a waste. So Hydro Cannon comes through, we just let it come through, knowing that we're not in a great spot anyway, so we may as well just let it come through. We're not going to be taken down by it, and we're still going to get this Earthquake off. So burns 1 shield off of the Swampert, and just going to go for a Rock Slide to try and get some energy off, but we don't get there before this next Hydro Cannon comes through. So all good, let Stunfisk go down, and then we can kind of just bring in Glade here. It's going to be able to get to a Leaf Blade fairly quickly, plus Confusions are doing a lot of damage anyway, so Glade can tank a Hydro Cannon, so not too worried here. Going to let it come through. And then we are fairly low, and I guess Gliscor is pretty low as well. So we farmed up an extra energy and then swapped into Gliscor, trying to, I guess, catch the charge move and leave, burn a shield on Gliscor, and then get some energy on Gliscor so that it's got a Night Slash ready to go. So SosaFlo does have the shield advantage now. Galarian Stunfisk burning its energy, so I don't think this takes us out. I think, yeah, we can hang on. Rock Slide actually really doesn't do that much damage to Gliscor. I don't know why I was imagining it would be more. I'm not very familiar with Gliscor in this cup or at all, but we're going for the Night Slashes. Maybe we can get an attack boost. Would be nice. Going for another one now. Maybe SosaFlo is going for an Earthquake now to try and see if that does more damage, but really adding up the damage onto this Galarian Stunfisk with the Night Slashes, which is pretty nice. Does have a lot of energy now, goes for the Earthquake, and is really going to do just, I guess, worse than Night Slash. Galarian Stunfisk apparently just cannot do much to Gliscor. Finally swapping to Frostlass here, and we do get a Night Slash off, which will do so much damage, but yeah, it does get shielded up. Swapping into Glade now, going for the Leaf Blade. We're so low here. I think this is going to be a GG's pretty easily. Yeah, we even if we got that second leaf blade off, it would not have been enough to take out the Frostlass. So yeah, GG's on that one. Going to the last battle of the video. I think we're like 0-5 now, so can we finally get a win? Swap into Shadow Victory Belt. That Swampert is almost gone. And Sosa swaps into Galarian Stunfisk. So this is still a good matchup for Victory Belt. We're going to burn a shield here. We've already got a bit of an energy advantage. We do only have Leaf Tornado, which I haven't swapped. I should really put Acid Spray on here instead. I should also probably double move it if I'm going to keep using this thing. But Leaf Tornado does go through, so really doing... Maybe SosaFlo was probably expecting the Acid Spray, which is why I didn't shield. But we're just going to burn our second shield. That is the Shadow Victory Bell strat. Just double shield everything, and down it goes the Stunfisk. They do have the 2-0 shield advantage now, but we'll see what we can do. We know that Shadow Razor Leaf can also beat Frostlass in the one shield, which we obviously don't have any shields to do that with. Plus, we were down a bit of health. But you can already see how much health we were able to take off of that Frostlass. We didn't get the debuff from the Leaf Tornado, but that's all good, because we can bring in Wigglytuff here. We know that Wigglytuff can tank at least one Avalanche. And there it is, and there's no way that Frostlass would be going for Shadow Ball, so able to charm down. Actually, I swapped into Swampert to try and maybe catch a Charge Move or something from the Wigglytuff, but yeah, Swampert was super low because of that Shadow Razor Leaf, just oppression, and then actually able to take out Shadow Victory Bell, but we are able to come in with Shadow Machamp counters and take it out. So thank you to our patrons. Let's time Nightfall 58. Oh wait, there's an image here. There we go. Yeah, thank you to my patrons. Actually, I made the new graphic with the new Patreon Twitch graphic for the last video, but I edited this video together before that. So this one is like the last time that these images are going to be here. From now on, all videos are going to have that new updated graphic so that these outros are a little bit more compact. But again, it is Stevemas, so subscribe for the daily content coming through. And I'm thinking that maybe tomorrow will be Holiday Cup meta infographic, depending if I can kind of rig it up in time. Either way, see you then and have a good day.